What's up, YouTube? For today's video, we have a full Pulse Moves Pokemon team. Wait, hang on. Just check on my pulse, sorry. Alright, so every now and then your boy wants to do a theme team of his own. So pretty much this team is all Pulse moves. I did include other status moves in the team, but all the attacking moves were Pulse moves. Now, people, we are streaming on Twitch right now at the moment. If you finish watching this video, you guys can come along and watch the Shiny Phoebus hunt. I'd love to see you there. The link is in the description of the video. We're doing some Shiny Phoebus in Generation 3. So if you want to come and watch and hang out with the peeps and your boy, open that second tab and come and check it out. Link is in the top of the description, people. And let's get into it. I've got some really good battles today, and I hope you enjoy them. If you like these theme teams, people, give that like button some love, and let's get into it. This is the battle on my Discord. Discord is in the description too. This one was against the Beast Ball Man. So we got the Gigalith lead here. Now I'm going to go for a switcheroo. This is a choice spec set. And people, this was awesome. It had Bright Powder, right? So it's going to go for the Scummy double team. Bright Powder in the sand, man. That was amazing, right? Because they are now locked into the greatest combination of their life, being Choice Specs Double Team. Let's go with what this Noivern set was anyway. We got the Water Pulse, we got the Dragon Pulse, we got the Switcheroo, and we got Dark Pulse. Sorry, I mean Dank Pulse. So all three of those attacking moves with the word Pulse in them. Alright, so we got the Claydol coming in here. Now, Water Pulse is going to do some nice damage to that. It's still fairly bulky, so I could go for another one and hope for the confusion. That was also another good thing with these moves. Also, Dank Pulse had the chance of flinching too. Alright, so now we got the Claydol going for the rest there, and it's going to be going to sleep. Funny about that. Now, I was thinking I could swap out, or I could keep going for the Dark Pulse. Now, the problem about this team, right, if you don't already aware, all of these moves are special moves, right? So I don't have any physical uses at all. Every single one of them is special, so there's definite weakness in this team. So Dark Pulse is about a 3-hit KO. We got the Claydol. It's going to be going for a Sleep Talk rest set. However, it's got Normalium Z, so it is going to go for a Normalium Z Sleep Talk. So with Normalium Z Talk, Normalium Z Talk, roast me in the comments. Anyway, so if you actually pick the move right, it turns it into the Z move, which is crazy. Unfortunately for the Claydol, right, the Cloud Doll, guys, the Cloud Doll. I keep making up new Pokemon. I'm going to be a flying type, so Drill Run is not going to affect me. So we got the Claydol going for a Sleep Talk again this turn, hoping to hit me. I'm not sure what it's actually got, and it's going to get a Drill Run again. So very, very bad luck there for the Claydol. The sand is also going to subside too. I can go for the Water Pulse and finish off the Claydol. So a pretty solid start there. I completely shut down the Scumbag Gigalith, and we got rid of the Claydol there, which was pretty nice. Getting around those Drill Runs like twice in a row. Normalium Z Sleep Talk is really, really cool. Alright, so this is the problem, Pokemon Comfy. I was not very comfortable with this matchup. Now, going for the Switcheroo, I was like, I could give her a Bright Powder. This could be a bad or good move. Hope it's a berry. It's not a berry. It's actually a Leftovers. So now we got the Comfy going for the grassy terrain. Now, I'm not actually too comfortable about giving this Bright Powder, so I want that Bright Powder back right now. All right, so pretty much the Bright Powder was getting swapped around like musical chairs. I was going to go for Switcheroo, get that item back. You know, Leftovers had healed me up. I was like, thanks for the heal. You can have your item back. And, yeah, I wanted to keep that item. It was a dangerous item. Anyway, so I'm going to give the Leftovers to the Comfy. Now it's going to be a physical set. Going for the Play Rough there, and that is going to take out my Noivern in one shot. Physical Comfy, people. I like physical Comfy. It's pretty cool. Alright, so into Seadra. This is a bulky defensive wall Seadra. And let's go over what moves it's got. So we got Sleep Talk, we got Rest, we got Toxic, and we got Water Pulse. It did get a pulsing move. So it got the ability to Sniper, item as Everlight, max health and max defense. Bold nature there. So very, very tanky in defense, especially. Not so much on the special side though. Alright, so eating up that Petal Blizzard, which is boosted from the grassy terrain. A very nice idea. Also recovering any grounded Pokemon too. Alright, so we got the Petal Blizzard coming from the Comfy again there. It really, like it really does look like a grass type Pokemon, right? It's to me, you know, I've done a Pokemon theme too about that, like Pokemon that you think look like a type, but they don't have that type. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, also the question for today is I forgot. What Pokemon move team should I do next? Like, I've done a lot of specific move teams. Now, before you do leave a comment, make sure you go through the playlist there and check what I've done already. So, as an example, we've done Pulse moves. Let's see if we can get some other moves. I've done a lot of them already, so I'm not sure how many are actually remaining. But usually I need about a minimum of 4 or maybe 3 if it's really, really nasty or desperate. But yeah, something like that. If anyone can come on that, let me know in the comment section. I am looking for some of those ones. They are pretty fun to do. Okay, so I'm going to go for the rest here. I do not want to lose my Seadra this early on the game. It's actually very important. Also, this battle went for, I think it went for 29 turns, so it's a fairly long battle. Both of the battles in today's video are actually pretty long. Also, people, I am back from my little mini break too, so yeah, I'm feeling a lot more refreshed. Man, seriously, I could have gone for another couple of weeks, but I'm feeling refreshed, which is good. Okay, so we got the Gigalift coming in, and now this part was pretty fun. So I'm going to go for the Sleep Talk here, hoping I can get, like, Water Pulse. However, I get the Toxic, so, like, okay, that's not too bad. Water Pulse would be, obviously when I wake up, I can go for the Water Pulse against the Gigalift, right? Now, this is where it was pretty funny. So if you remember early on the game, right, I actually gave this Gigalift a choice specs. Now, one of the moves this Gigalift was actually having, it had Bright Powder in the sand and it had Double Team, right? So maybe you're about starting to think what move it actually might be about to use. So go for the Sleep Talk here. I'm going to get the Water Pulse. That's really good. Guys, it's legitimately someone else playing right now. I could not have got Sleep Talk 2 moves in a row instead of getting rest. All right, so we got the Mud Slap coming from the Gigalift. Now, this would have been an absolute nightmare to hit right. Say, for example, right, if I got Sleep Talk and I got Rest right, and then that got the Mud Slap up, I may have got stalled out by this thing, and and it would have been toxic. Could have been like a really bad problem. Guys, choice specs, Mud Slap, Gigalift, right? Anyway, so it's getting the Mud Slap off against me right now. It's dropping my accuracy, and I'm getting hit by the sand at the moment. I'm just like I was just imagining if this thing didn't have a toxic on it, and I didn't get rid of its Bright Powder, man, that would have been very, very problematic. So as you can see, that first turn was actually very, very important. Alright, so Seadra taking a couple of hits from the Mud Slap right now and getting a little bit more buffeted by the Sandstorm. However, we still got the Toxic and the Water Pulse taking out the Gigalift. Okay, so I can go for Water Pulse to take out the Gigalift. Is going to miss again, and Gigalift's going to go for a Mud Slap. Ultimately, the Gigalift was always going to lose because it did get the choice specs trick to it, and it also was poison as well. Okay, so the sand was, it's going to go down there, and that is good. I don't really like sand with my team. It doesn't actually work very well. Okay, so now we got the Gigalift down, we got the Claydol down, and now we got the Absol coming in. So I thought, well, I could go for rest here, but let's see if we can get a move off against it. Water Pulse misses, and now Absol actually didn't outspeed me. So I was like, that's kind of strange. So it's going to crit me. That really didn't do too much. I was actually thinking about going for a rest there, but I thought, nah, let's get some damage off with the Water Pulse. Does okay damage, and it's going to finish me off the night stage. Seadra pretty much done its work. I didn't feel the need to rest and recover and stuff again. In case it had something like Sword Dance 2, I was worried if I went for the rest right, if it started setting Sword Dances up against me, that could be a problem. Alright, so into my own Absol. Going for the Thunder Wave here. This set was a special set as obviously as follows. So we got the Thunder Wave on this. We got Calm Mind on this one. We got Dank Pulse and we got Water Pulse. So now it's going to go for the Stone Edge and it's going to crit me, taking me out in one shot. So that would have been scary if it definitely had the Sword Dance. Like, I was kind of happy that I did some damage to it. Okay, so into Claw Witz, you had to use this Pokemon in this team, sort of like made for this team. So we got a Sucker Punch there. Man, that's doing so much damage there to my Claw Witz. So on this set, right, we've got as follows. We've got the Water Pulse, we got the Dank Pulse, we got the Dragon Pulse, and we got the Heal Pulse. Now, Heal Pulse, I actually included something special in the end of this video, so you guys are going to make sure you check it out. I made Heal Pulse viable. If you guys, got a little bit of patience, if you're enjoying the video, I did, include Heal Pulse a little bit later on in the game. All right, so going for the Mega Launcher, Dragonium Z, Dragon Pulse, guys. Amazing. So obviously the Mega Launcher is going to boost those moves as well, which is quite nice. So we got the Absol going down, and we got the Comfy coming in. Now it's going to go for the Pedal Blizzard. I thought there may be a low chance I could live this, but it's going to take me out there. Obviously Comfy's attack is rather dreadful, and it's not stab either. But Clawitzer is going to get taken out. I was going to go for the Water Pulse then. All right, so we got 2 Pokemon remaining. And we got 3 Pokemon to take out on the opposing side of the field. Now, the good thing is, though, the Comfy is still poison. All right, so into Smeargle. This was a pretty fun Pokemon to use on this team. So if you guys haven't forgotten, Origin Pulse is actually a move I could use on this team too. So we got max special attack, max speed. We got Origin Pulse. We got Conversion, Spore, and Tail Glow. So pretty much we're going to use the Tail Glow, boost our special attack nicely by 3 stages, turning ourselves into a water type with Conversion, and then spam off the Primal Kyogre move against the opponent. Alright, so go for the Origin Pulse, which looks absolutely amazing. Comfy is going to live that one, unfortunately, and it's going to take me out the Pedal Blizzard. I was so close, people. I was so close for that KO. Alright, so down goes the Smeargle. Now, as you people can probably guess, we got one more move, one more Pokemon left, and this Pokemon really had to be on this team. Sort of like, it would have been weird if I didn't include it. So we got the Blastoise, and we got Mega Blastoise, people. This was absolutely the best Pokemon on my team by far. I guess it was good, but like when you look at my whole team, it's very much countered by them not having a physical move, right? So if a special wall come across my team, it was really hard to get around. Say if something like Regice came in and I didn't have like Aura Sphere or something like that, that would have been really, really difficult. Or even like Chansey or something like that. Anyway, so we got the Comfy going down there. That's going to take that out. So on the Blastoise set, we got Water Pulse, we got Dragon Pulse, we got Dang Pulse, and we've also got Mud Sport. Got to get the Mud Sport going, people. Anyway, so that's max health, max special attack with Modest Nature. This thing hits like an absolute truck. However, people, we got the Blaziken coming in. It's going for a Toxic. Guys, we got a bulky Blaziken here. So go for the Water Pulse against the Blaziken. You won't even believe it lived it. Oh my goodness. It was max health, max special defense. It lived a Water Pulse from a Blastoise. Anyway, so the Blaziken... the Blaziken's gonna... Guys, when you verse your own kind of sets, it's amazing, right? When you're forced to use a standard set against one of your own kind of gimmicky sets, it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling, people. Alright, so anyway, the Blaziken's gonna go for a rest here, people. It's at full health. I'm gonna go for the Water Pulse again, hoping I don't get minimum damage, and Blaziken is gonna go down in one shot. Man, if that lived again, people, I would have been forced to plug my own merch. Anyway, so we got one more Pokemon remaining, and that is the Flareon. Now, Flareon could be a physical, it could be a special set. I wasn't really sure. So now we got the special set coming for the Flareon here. It's going to be a Shadow Ball. Obviously, the only move they really have to touch me with. And they've got the Life Orb there. I'm going to go for the Water Pulse against that. And coming from Mega Blastoise, there's no way Flareon is going to live that. And that one is game. I hope you guys enjoyed this first battle. It was very, very fun. At the start there, we had that... There's some amazing, funny stuff at the start there. It was really cool and interesting ending as well. All right, let's get on to the second battle. We got one on my Discord. This was against Mossy Dog 69, and we got an Acelgor lead. So I was a little bit worried until I seen it wasn't a Choice Scarf final game set. So I was like, okay, that's not too bad. Now, it was a little bit of a worry to this team. Also, when you look at my team, right, there's a lot of water type Pokemon. So I was worried, like big time, electric types and things like that. Okay, so we got the Houndour coming in. Houndour just eats up my Dragon Pulse Choice Specs. I'm like, damn, son, this has got an Assault Vest for sure. All right, so go for that Dragon Pulse again on the Houndour. Houndour is going to go for the Super Fang, right? And that was a pretty good play. That's going to take off half my health on Noivern, and I can freely go for the Dragon Pulse to take out the Houndour there. But man, that bulky Houndour, that was a 3-hit KO with my Noivern. Now the Noivern set was max special attack, max speed. Timid Nature with the EVs, obviously in Choice Specs, to make up for the power loss there of not running the Modest. Alright, so we got the Levity go for the Poison Jab here, and that's not going to be enough to take me out. I can go for the Dragon Pulse. Now, Noivern was actually pretty decent against this team too, so that does big damage to Leveling, almost taking it out there. However, I know that it's going to be able to take me out of the Poison Jab. I want to use it a little bit later on. So, obviously, Levity actually outspeeding me. Obviously, rang some bells, Obviously, it's Choice Scarf. That's how it outspeed me. So now it's going to go for the Poison Jab on my Clawitz. So not doing a lot of damage and also not poisoning me, which was really nice too. So obviously, clearly they were going to swap there. And now we got the Blueberry coming in, which is the Volbeat. I quite like that name for Volbeat. Shiny Volbeat is really, really cool too. All right, so going for the Dank Pulse there, doing just over half. I know that I can go for the Water Pulse and finish it off. So now we got the Volbeat go for that Prankster Thunder Wave on my Clawitz. Now, I wasn't actually really too worried about that because I was already running like max health, max special attack, and I wasn't really fast, but I get paralyzed. I'm like, damn, that's really unfortunate because I would have definitely taken it out. Now we got the Volbeat go for a tail gun. Damn, son, they are being like super, super greedy with their boost, and I'm going to get through the paralyze, and it's going to take that out with the water. I nearly said waterfall then, people. The Water Pulse. Gotta check my pulse again. Anyway, so we got 2 Pokemon down. I've still got 6 Pokemon remaining, so things are pretty nice at the moment. Alright, so I know Levity's gonna go for a grass type move. It's not really like I could swap out or anything. I could have gone if the Noivern there, but since I was on such a low amount of health, I didn't really want to risk it, swapping into another move. Now I thought, I'm confident I can live this like super badly, depending on what, EVs are running and stuff. So let's go into it. I've seen the Choice Scarf. It's locked into the Leaf Blade, and I'm going to resist that and live on 3 health. That was really, really good there. I would have been in big, big trouble if the Levity was allowed to, live that one and start spamming Leaf Blades. Okay, so 11 is down. That's good. We got rid of half the team. I did take a big hit with my Clawitzer, though, and Noivern is on its last legs, too. All right, so we got the Huntail coming in, the Bluetooth. Guys, you always got to remember to turn on your Bluetooth. It's going to be a physical set going for the Sucker Punch, taking out my Noivern. So nice there. I stayed in just in case they did go for a Shell Smash. That would have been, like, scary. All right, so bringing in the Seadra here, I can go for the Toxic. And now we've got the Bluetooth swapping up. I thought Seadra would be a nice swap in if it was running a Shell Smash set. On the physical side, like I kind of know it's, it's physical moves already. And, Seadra would definitely be able to tank those moves even after a Shell Smash. Okay, so we got the Druddigon coming in here. I've got the Poison, which is nice. That's always a good start. Now I can go for the, I could just stay in here, go for the Water Pulse and see what moves it's actually going to use. So go for Water Pulse on the Druddigon. I knew this wouldn't do too much. I just wanted to see what kind of moves it was running. It went for a Toxic itself. So I was like, okay, that's good. That's fine because you guys already know that I've got rest on this set, so I can keep going for the Water Pulse and just let that Toxic damage rack up nicely on Druddigon, and then I could swap something in with like Dragon Pulse and just take it up. So go for another Water Pulse, or it could even go down to the Toxic damage and Water Pulse. So we got Druddigon going for the Water Pulse. Sorry, not the Water Pulse. Guys, Water Pulse Druddigon. Roast me. So we got that go for the Toxic on my Seadra. So obviously they don't know that I've got rest, so that's cool. I may have to use rest later on, but at the moment I don't want to use rest right away and reveal that I've got it. I want to let that Toxic damage rack up really nicely and just revenge KO. Okay, so going for another Water Pulse on the Druddigon. So unbeknown to me, the Druddigon also has rest itself. So like, okay. So since I used rest, I thought, well, I'm going to use rest this turn. And we're going to probably, it's sort of like a stalemate right now. I can't really do a lot of damage to it. I mean, if it's running a physical set, it's not going to do a lot of damage to me. Say if it had something like Dragon Claw. This is my thought process at the moment. Okay, so even if it was a special set, it wouldn't do a lot anyway because, Druddigon special is pretty bad too. All right, so going to sleep, healing off that poison. So at the moment, it was like a little mini, top 10 anime battles right now. We're both asleep at the moment. So I thought I could swap out my Seadra here, right, and go into something that's actually going to do some damage to it. More like, a Dragon Pulse. Hit this thing with a Dragon Pulse. Okay, so since I went to sleep there, the Toxic is not going to affect me, and we're going to go into the Absol. See if we can get some damage on this thing. See if we can get some Calm Minds up. Now we've got the Druddigon swapping out, and we got the Aselga coming in. So, like, this is the problem. Now, Aselga here, right here, was the problem Pokemon. Seadra is going to get wrecked. Absol is going to get wrecked. I didn't want to swap in my Blastoise. So I thought, let's go into Seadra. Let's see what this thing's going to do. If I have to sack it, I have to sack it. All right, so I'm getting hit by the Bug Buzz there, and holy moly, holy smokes, I get credit there. It would have smoked me off with two of them anyway, so that's fine. Now, interestingly enough, it does have the Life Orb too, so like, okay, maybe I can play on that and do some extra damage and see if I can, one-shot this thing with the Blastoise. So I did a quick little swap here, and then I went into Smeagol. So I know Smeagol's got a Focus Sash, right? And I thought, if it got like a different move, it may go for like, in case it has Final Gambit Troll or something like that. However, it's going to go for the Guard swap. Now that's actually going to swap our defenses around. It was really good that I actually swapped out my Blastoise because, Blastoise is fairly tanky Pokemon and, Aselga's not tanky, whatsoever. So we got the Spore coming from the big bad Smeagol here, and that is going to put the Hunter to sleep. So that's just pretty good. I was like, this is quite good. I do have Origin Pulse, but I'm gonna need 2 Tail Glows for this, to actually do something at all. So making my tail glow, people, and giving myself +3 in special attack. Now the Huntail, good little Huntail, is being asleep. Now I can go for the conversion, or I can go for a tail glow. It's gonna go for the Sucker Punch there, expecting me to attack, but I don't want to attack right now. I want to go for the conversion, turning me into a water type, so at least I can get Stab, Origin Pulse. So now I go for the tail glow again here, hoping the Huntail goes for another, like a Shell Smash or a Sucker Punch. It goes to the Shell Smash. I'm like, okay. The problem about this is I actually need to put it back to sleep, right? Because it's going to outspeed me now. It's going to do a lot of damage. I mean, Blastoise would be really the only one I can actually swap into this. Okay, so this is a real problem Pokemon. It's got the White Herb as well, so it's not going to, it's not going to get like super hit hard by my Origin Pulse. It's going to go for the Sucker Punch, and that's going to do nothing to Smeagol because I'm going to go for the Spore again. So I was thinking, they've gone for the Sucker Punch, they've gone for the Shell Smash. I was thinking, maybe they don't have another move than Shell Smash. Like, what is this set actually going to be? Now, I did find out what the set was later on, and I will explain. So the Origin Pulse actually misses. Hunter's going to wake up and go for the Sucker Punch again. So it's using Sucker Punch again, and I'm going to live on 1 health. The merch is available, people. Guys, I put the winning theme team suggested by merchants available. Did you like that low-key plug or what? Anyway, so go for the Origin Pulse, almost taking it out. Now I was thinking, what to do here? Should I go for the Spore? Should I go for the Tail Glow? What should I do? So now we've got the Druddigon coming in. They actually went for the swap there. So like maybe they only have, Sucker Punch as their only attacking like physical move. Anyway, so I'm going to go for the Origin Pulse again on the Druddigon. Druddigon's going to be able to resist that one quite easily. It's about a 4-hit KO, so things aren't looking too good. I really need Drud to actually sleep for a couple of turns and get nothing with Sleep Talk Rest. But Sleep Talk Rest. So it gets a Sleep Talk Rest, which is nice. Guys, it's me playing Druddigon, by the way. So I could go for another. Origin Pulse against this thing. Now, Origin Pulse actually is annoying because whenever I use it, it always misses. So now we got the Druddigon Wake Up, go for the Sleep Talk, but it is going to be awake. Now I can go for another Spore here, or they could predict that and go for the Sleep Talk right away. Origin Pulse misses, and they're going to go for a Dragon Claw and take out the Smeargle. Man, that was unlucky. I could have gone for the Spore, but I thought they'd predict that and go for the Sleep Talk. Right. Anyway, we got the Druddigon healing itself with a little bit of leftovers into the Blastoise. Now, the other move that Huntail actually did have was Scald, so it was actually a mixed attacking set, which was rather interesting. So, obviously I suspected it wasn't that great, so I went into my Blastoise, and I thought this was the best play. I really had to get around this Druddigon. I had nothing. Absol was definitely not going to take it up. So, go for the Dragon Pulse on the Druddigon there, and that's going to actually take it. It's max health, max special defense. So, got a big hit there and actually took it. So that's pretty nice. A nice bulky Druddigon set there. Now, obviously, living that one is going to actually enable it to get the Toxic off against my Blastoise. I really needed my Blastoise here. It was kind of like the key player to actually get around that Accelgore. There's no way Absol will be able to get around it and outspeed it. The Huntail wasn't really the problem. He was on 1 health right. All right, so going for the Dragon Pulse, the Druddigon is now down. So taking a little bit of toxic damage here. Now I thought, what is the Accelgore going to do here? Like, it could go for a Bug Buzz, or it could go for... I was kind of scared it low-key had a final game. But anyway, so I decided to stay in. It's going to go for the Guard Swap there, switching the Special Defense and Defense, making it bulky. I'm going to go for the Water Pulse there, and it actually lives due to that. So it's going to live that one, and now I'm going to take some more poison damage. So I'm a little bit scared now because obviously I'm not as bulky as before, and it actually did some damage to me with the Toxic. It could possibly go for the Bug Buzz here. So I'm going to sack off the Absol, right? I'm going to let that Toxic damage I'm going to reset the Toxic damage and see if I can go for the Water Pulse or whatever on the Mega Blastoise when I swap it in. So Accelgore's going to go down to the Life Orb damage like I planned with the Absol. The last Pokemon we got is the Bluetooth. We've already seen the Bluetooth set. It's got Shell Smash. It's got Sucker Punch, and it also has Scald as well. So all the moves that it really couldn't do too much to me there. So now it's going to go for Sucker Punch. I think I went for a Disrespect. No, I went for a Dragon Pulse here just in case it lived. And that one is pretty much the game, people. Hope you enjoyed both these battles. They're both really long too. I think this one was close to 30 turns as well. Check out that bonus battle on Bloopers, people. I'll catch you for stream. Peace.